Hi everybody, this is Stephanie Gretchen with Stephanie Gretchen Coaching and Retreats. And I know lots of us have trouble with failure, with feeling like we've failed, with feeling like we haven't done something right. And we can really beat ourselves up about this. We can really get wrapped around the axle. And so I just want to give us a little different perspective on how to see failure and how to make friends with it. Because really, if we're not failing, we're probably not trying. Now, I mean, if you're doing something that you've been doing for a long time and you fail, it's just feedback. And we don't have to see it as like, I failed, I'm a bad person, which I think is where a lot of us go. And so then we develop this fear that, oh my God, I'm going to fail. I'm going to do something wrong. That makes me a bad person. And that's not necessarily the truth. I mean, failure is just feedback. It's just an outcome. It's just a result. And especially if you are learning how to do something new or you're trying something new, it doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. It's just feedback from the universe, from your audience. And so if we can kind of shift our thinking a little bit, it's going to make you feel much more comfortable with trying new things, with growing, with doing different stuff. Which, I mean, like if we always did the same thing over and over, oh my gosh, not only how boring, but we wouldn't grow. We wouldn't learn anything new. So I invite you to look at failure as a judgment. It's just an opinion. It doesn't mean that that's the truth. And it also doesn't mean that you are a failure. I remember when I was a kid and my dear Uncle Alan was teaching me how to ski. And he told me that if I wasn't falling, I wasn't trying hard enough. That you needed to push, I needed to push myself enough where I was growing and I was learning this new skill and I was getting better. But in order to do that, I needed to fail. I needed to fall. Okay? So if you're not failing in one way or another, are you really trying? Are you trying hard enough? I know when I first started my business, I had to go out there and I had to test different things. I had to try different things, and some worked really well and some did not. And that's okay, because I wouldn't have known otherwise what to do. And so sometimes we're going to have wins and sometimes we're going to have failures, and that's just a part of life. So can you turn it around so that it doesn't make you feel like you're a bad person when it's not a win? Can you remember that it's just feedback? Can you remember that it's just a judgment to say that you're failing? I remember reading this story about a dad who every day after school, when his kids came home and they were sitting down to dinner, he would say, hey, what did you fail at today? And he promoted that idea of his kids failing, his kids trying and pushing themselves. And sometimes it's going to be a raging success, and sometimes it's just going to be feedback. So I hope that's helpful. If you've got any comments, please put them below. I'd love to hear from you. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye.